Expose me, guys. I'm exposed. I'm just gonna. I'm gonna wait for some people to come in because it would be wrong of me um, to try to do this with nobody in the room to really hear when I tell the truth. Hey, what's up, JD? Man, I hope you all still like me after this. I've been exposed, so I'm gonna have to be honest about some stuff. Hey, Nikki. Yeah, let's get some people in here. I'm gonna have to. This is hard for me. I'm gonna have to be real honest with you guys.
Jump up here. Chris, I know you're watching. At any point in time, you could jump up here. So, and if you know anything about me and my advocacy, it's, you know, here it is, babe. It's online.
Yeah. Even okay, pictures.
Hold on 1
combined.
second. Hold on 1 second. Hello.
Good morning or evening.
Good evening.
How
How are you doing?
Doing all right.
I don't know. I'm trying to figure some shit out.
Well,
This shit's wild.
Chris has been doing this for a long time. He came to Carrolton, as you know, what you was talking about a while ago. And when that happened down here in town, y'all come did your march. I'm one of the people that he keeps calling racist.
Okay.
And the only thing that was said that day was it shouldn't have been said, but it was FBLM. And I hollered, go home pedophile, because there was one in the group. So ever since that, Chris D put up a video saying this is the racist of Carroll County. And that's why Chris has been calling us racist ever since. I'm the one that Amy come down and got in his face down there at the truck in front of the leaf.
So did you see me when I pulled her back and told her we're not doing this shit today? That was me. I used to have bright red hair.
Oh, I know. And that's where Chris got that we're racist, because when Amy come down there, I recorded all of it. And I've put the videos up. And I've even showed, he said that we chased y'all down with flags. We was hollering the N-word the whole time. And this is his whole backstory to why he hates us, and that's why we're racist. And I keep telling him, I've got biracial grandchildren, and they're being harassed at school because people are seeing his channel on YouTube. And he told me, well, quit being racist. He don't care about the kids.
The group of people that were across the street, I mean, there might have been some back and forth, like, words or whatever, like, yelled at each other. But I didn't see anybody chasing anybody with any flags. And because I was very adamant on the day that we did that Pacific March, was because, like I said, Brianna's family was coming down. So the last thing I was going to deal with was bullshit from anybody. You know what I mean? Just because, regardless of what anybody thinks, they've already been through so much. So that's why, and me and her really ain't been right since then. You know what I mean? Because she didn't like the way I checked her, but I was like, I don't give a fuck. Like, you're going to fall the fuck back. But I don't remember, because I think I would remember it if anybody chased me with flags, because it probably went viral, because I'm an idiot. So, and I think that day anybody would have been with the shits if it got to that elevation, and I didn't want it. That's why I pulled her back. But yeah, I don't remember that day at all. Being chased by flags.
I appreciate you letting me up to talk to you, because that's what's got me involved with Chris. It's because he's doxed my grandchildren at different addresses, just like he did JJ's daughter, and he has said a lot of bad things about all of us down here that isn't true. Like I told him, I support everybody. And if for my grandchildren to go to school in Owen County and to be harassed because of some idiot on YouTube is ridiculous. And when he tells me, well, I'm not going to stop, just quit being racist.
I'll say this, even if you're a racist, your kids don't deserve to go through shit.
And I'm not. I mean,
I'm not saying you are. I'm just saying, you know what I mean? Like, children are children, and they ain't got shit to do with any of this. And the way we bring any good world into our hands is to treat kids right? So I don't agree with fucking with kids.
No, and I don't
I'm a
either.
mother of 10, by the way, so I definitely don't agree with people fucking with kids.
I've got 4 boys and 6 grandchildren.
Oh, well, I got 5 girls, 5 boys, 3 grandsons, and 2 granddaughters and 2 grandsons. I forgot we just had to do it. Oh, 3 grandsons. Sorry. Shit. Forgot. My bad. Once you get past like 10 kids, it's hard to keep up with everybody.
And the video he's talking about, that underage girl, was if you look at the timestamp on top of the video he just put out, it says back in May on his camera. And on Powder Dusty, he got on there and said the girl ran away. And then on another video, he said he chased her and got her to stop and show her a phone number of who sent her there. And then on another one, he said they took her to the police station and turned her in there. So it's like 3 different stories. And see, I've saved all these videos. I have an archive of Chris's videos where he's defamed us for when we go to court. So all these videos are saved, even off of his old channel. I have been saving his videos since December, when he was on he went on there. No, it was New Year's. They got on there, and he put that post on Facebook, and then they picked him up in January. But he got the warrant in December, it was January. I was wrong. You're right. It was January, the 1st of January, when he got the charges for putting JJ's address out. And it was.
So is that sorry, I don't mean to cut you off. Is that the charges that he has with basically kind of like doxing a minor or whatever? Is that what that is?
Yes, where he said he was going to be sitting in the house in his underwear and invited people to come over. And one of the other guys said, "I'll bring beer and are there any women there to beat?" I've got the whole string. And then he continued to go on other live streams and verbally said the address and kept saying stuff about it. So that's why he got more charges.
This shit's crazy.
But he has made our life miserable over all of this that happened in Carrolton. I know y'all didn't.
And this is off of just the day. Did something else inspire, like after? Because we did our protest, we hung out for a few minutes, and then we ended up leaving.
Well,
did something happen after we left or something? Because I know I have a TBI from the shit I've been through. And sometimes I can't remember things, but I just don't remember really any issues besides me when I told Amy no, and she got upset, but she dropped it, so I don't remember anything after that.
Well, we had the banner up. They put the banner up to support the sheriff. So we sat down there here in Carrolton, and there was a day in particular we had went to physical court, got approval to leave it up for another month, and then it was going to come down. That's when a lady from here in Carrolton and her son came over and stole one of our flags, took it across the street, and she hit me with her car in the parking lot. And then she got charges for that. And because we was down there just sitting down there talking, we was racist.
One of the ladies of who?
One of Amy and Destiny's friends.
Yeah, I didn't hear about that.
Yeah, it was. She got charged. She's got like another year of probation from hitting me, from menacing and disorderly conduct. But this whole thing with us is because we supported our town. I mean, you supported Louisville. That's your town.
Right.
We did the same thing. We supported Carrolton because that's our town. I mean, it's granted we may see different on things. I went to a lot of protests during 2020, but in the end, a lot of us stood there and talked. Didn't matter what side you was on, we still stood there and talked and acted like civilized people.
Yeah, I think that's something that no matter how you see things, that's been missing out of our country that people aren't talking. They're not listening to each other. They just have their minds made up, and that's what they're going to stand on and die on that hill. And I think that's what's causing way more issues than anything.
And then, like I said, Chris keeps getting up there and doing more YouTubes. He put a video out. He went to mediation, and they tried to give him a deal. He said no. He said on the video, they asked him to quit getting on YouTube and putting videos out, and he would not do it. And then he doubled down, and then 2 videos back is when he doxed my grandchildren. He loves going after people's children.
I was going to say, like, it's one thing for people, grown people, to have different opinions, not go along with each other, go back and forth with each other, whatever, however you fucking do whatever you do, right? But I don't think bringing kids in like that. You know what I mean?
Yeah, no, if you have a problem with somebody, that's between you and that person, not their family.
I offered Chris on a panel, I said, Chris, apologize for calling me a racist, because that sticks with you. When people call you that, and it's on the internet, people look at you different.
Why does he think that where does he think that you're like a racist? Have you like said racist shit, or like,
He's the only one that has said the N-word. If you look at Finkel's videos, Chris is the only person that said the N-word on YouTube. Yes, if you look at Finkel's video I think they was talking about the phone call, Chris says the N-word very loudly.
Yeah, because he was talking about somebody that was helping Wrangler with Wrangler's intro, and supposedly the guy said, I'm going to come over there and stick my N-word, D-word in Tiffany and make you watch. And he repeated it live on Finkel's.
Am I in a fucking Twilight Zone right now?
But the only thing, the reason why he says we're racist is because D. Garrett put that video out, blanked out the word I said, pedophile, and said that I said the N-word. And D put that video up on TikTok, and that's what Chris goes by saying, these are the racists of Carroll County.
Ah, okay. So that's where that came from.
Yes.
But he's the one that's saying the N-word online.
Yes, look on Finkel's channel. If Finkel don't have it, I've got your email. I will send it to you.
Oh, Killer has it on his channel.
But yet he wants to get on there and call me racist all the time. But he's the one that said it on YouTube, and he said it. Yeah, it's, I've never said that word. It's wrong. Like I said, I've got biracial grandkids, and I wouldn't want to hurt them.
Right. Well, thank you for that.
And
It's a stupid word.
Even though they're minors, they want so bad to get on here on my channel, and they want to tell him he's an idiot.
Right.
But I won't expose him to YouTube.
That's very good. This place is fucking crazy. I don't know, man. It's just, and like when we came down to Carrollton County, it wasn't about the people that lived there. I want you to know that, okay? If anything, when Cosgrove got moved down there, it was more just like, we're gonna put a little bit of, make a little bit of noise, let people know what's up. You know what I mean? Let people know who they have here. We knew that there might be some people that didn't agree with what we were doing. And I also understand that because, the police department in Louisville did one hell of a job to push a certain narrative out, right? And the good thing is now we went to federal trial, and police officers and chiefs and all kinds of other people came in and basically is the one that did most of the testifying. And we have more cases to come that more shit will end up coming out. And people will finally get to be able to see the transcripts of all this and get to see the truth of what happened. A lot of people think that, the neighbors were all like, yeah, we heard the police knocking, even a witness came in. The neighbor that said that came in and testified because they were filing in a safe spot and was like, no, I actually never never said that I heard them knocking. They made me say that. You know what I mean? So there was a lot of shit that has happened. And we're finally getting to courtrooms, and transcripts are finally coming out, and people will finally be able to see what it really is. And I guess out of all of this craziness, that's all really we want, right? Is like even the neighbors and her family, is, you know, as somebody that lived there, I want people to know what happened. I want people to understand what happened, because it's not okay, no matter who it happens to. I don't want that happening to you. I don't want it happening to any of us. You know what I mean? It's not okay. And if we was to do shit like that, we would all be in jail. And so I'm glad that we finally got to court, and finally one day the transcripts will be out. It'll take a little bit because it's federal. Hankinson did go to jail. But we weren't coming down there to start issues, and her family or none of us. That's not what we wanted to do. We don't want to start issues with citizens, because regardless if we agree or don't agree, or we see things a little differently, we're still America. You know, we're still people, all of us. You know, and to me, I'm not against police officers. A lot of people think I am because of the stance I take. But people have to understand, like when you know you experience something like that, and I've had other things happen to me, when I was like being trafficked and stuff like that by officers, that it just makes you not like bad cops, like really bad. You know, now good cops, I've testified. You know, I remember when the trial was going on for Brianna, literally I was in there with Brianna's family in the morning, and then at 1 o'clock I went over and testified on a detective's behalf, because he stood up for victims and advocates of human trafficking that a cop assaulted, and he got blackballed. You know what I mean? And so people pick and choose what they want to show in my advocacy and what we do. I just stand up. I stand up against injustice, no matter where it comes from. And so it is. And so I don't want you all in Carrollton to, you know, be like, oh, they're just down here bringing that bullshit from a big city. Me, generally, any officer that was there that night, I just don't believe needs to be on the force. I just don't, because of the reckless and the insane amount. And it was such a short time, but it changed. It killed somebody, and it changed everyone's life that lived there for the rest of our lives. And it's trauma that, I mean, I still hear gunshots to this day. And so it was more, we just want people to know what's up. That was it. You know what I mean? And that's why we didn't stay down there. We didn't, you know what I mean? We came in, we did, I think we maybe did 2 marches, you know, and then we left, because I felt like Carrollton's not that big. People knew we were there, and he knew we were there, you know, and that was also too, it was a message to him more than anything, that it doesn't matter where you go. If you fuck up, we're going to be watching. And so that's, you know, for somebody that's in Carrollton, that's all I want you all to know. We weren't there to cause you all hell or anything like that. But, you know, a bad cop for one of us, a bad cop for all of us.
What led up to it is, I don't know if you read Amy's Twitter and the Carrolton group she had, she was leading it up to be more than it was. That y'all was coming down there, and they was trying to get busloads of people in there to Carrolton, like Louisville and everything. So that's why everybody was on guard up to that point.
Yeah.
I mean, it's no different than what anybody else would have done. You know.
Well, I mean, even in Louisville, and the news might have showed and portrayed this thing, but yeah, there were people on the streets, but we didn't fuck Louisville up. We didn't, regardless of what people think. I remember even when the militias came in town, which was kind of crazy. But I remember at one point we were all at 6th and Jefferson, and they kept screaming, because I just did not understand why these people that scream "We the People" weren't there to stand with us. I didn't understand it. And I remember at one time, the guy, Angry Viking, one of the people that led all this, we were standing, here's my little 5-foot ass, balls of steel, screaming at them while they have guns all over them. Why are you here? And they screamed, "You're burning down the city." And I said, look around the fucking city. We ain't burning shit. And it's these systems, these government systems, they push out and portray things that they want, because they know it's going to divide people. Because I think anybody can come together over a dirty cop, because I think all of us, no matter who or what or where you are, have had experiences or know somebody that's had experience with a bad cop. But if I do all this other shit and make people think that, these crazy, now in some places in the country where it's a crazy 100%, but like, we didn't want that. We
I'll tell
really
you
want change.
the main
You
thing
know what I
that,
mean?
yeah, see, we was in Jeffersonville. We was on Jefferson Street doing all that. But we was told that they was coming down there to burn the courthouse down. And that's why we came down there. We was asked to
Nope.
come down
It
there.
wasn't nothing. When y'all got there was 50 of us there.
Yeah, we
That was
left.
it.
It was like we stood
Yeah,
there by the wall.
after me standing around listening to people say they want to hang N-words and all. I mean, it was a pretty crazy
I
day.
wasn't done that
I'm
far.
not
I
saying
was,
you did. I'm
yeah.
just saying that happened. I had it on
You know
video.
what?
I
You
couldn't.
know
I
what?
just and I to this day. But that's how the government, right? The government divides people so fucking bad, and we have these ideologies that, and what we don't realize is a lot of us want the same shit. We
Oh
want
yeah.
our kids safe. We want our community safe. We want good jobs. We want good insurance. We want, you know what I mean? Like, we want the same shit. But we let these fucking ideology systems divide us. And instead of actually sitting, like, wow, we're doing right now, just sitting down and have a conversation. You know what I
And
mean? Doesn't
for
mean
some,
we're going to change the way we look or, whatever. But I don't know, maybe we'll see each other as humans, which I think
oh,
you see me as a human. I'm not saying that, but I'm saying
exactly.
in general. You know what I
Yeah.
mean?
Well, I'm the one that Chris is always hollering about. I'm a 3%er, which I know you didn't get along with a lot of them, but I've got a
I had some
3%.
bad experience with some of the 3%ers
Yeah.
that came after us in
But
2020. Sorry.
I know I've got a tattoo on my hand, and that's been his biggest thing, that I'm a terrorist and all this stuff.
I mean, my mom was private stock to the outlaws and shit, so it's not. It ain't that for me. It's just, when look, a racist is a racist. Period. It don't matter what they
Exactly.
had, what they a part of. I know 3%ers that are not, and I know 3%ers that are fucking. You know what I mean? So to me, it's not that because I grew up. I mean, that's how I grew up around shit like that.
It's like I said before, I love everybody. I don't hate nobody. We're all supposed to help each other.
I
Natural
agree.
disasters. We went Bowling Green, helped down Bowling Green. Benton, Kentucky, went and helped in Benton. Went to Hyman, Kentucky with the floods, went and helped with that. That's what our group does. We go help people. And
Well, that's good.
all Chris could say was on my post, are you still going on about the moth-ridden blankets? Because we donated blankets. It wasn't good enough for him that we went and took blankets and water and stuff to people in the state of Kentucky. But yet he did it for North Carolina.
Well, from my understanding, I don't know who the young lady was, but there was somebody yesterday when I was talking, and apparently that didn't go very well either. So
No. And I'm sorry, I didn't mean to derail you. I just wanted to put that out there and let you know.
hey, listen, I like real conversations, and I'm totally, yeah, no, you're good. I promise you.
But
Fuck him, dude. He's an idiot.
but he's never seen me do anything racist other than that video D put out, which, it's like in 2020, they said that.
Well, I understand if you said the P word, I understand why you said it, and I know why you said it. So I could understand also why somebody bleeped that out and made you look like you said something else.
Oh, yeah. I know the reason.
I can see that. Just
But
being real.
that's the whole point of him. It's that little viral video from YouTube or from TikTok is why we're racist. And that's, like I said, that's why when he started bringing up my name and stuff, I started saving the videos because he's getting ready to get a lawsuit. It's just a matter of time. He ain't got a pot to piss in, but and I don't want to do it to him. I just want him to stop. I want him to apologize and stop.
Yeah, it sounds like he's got a lot of shit on his plate right now. He needs to be worrying about not stupid shit. You don't need another. That's why I'm like, I just don't, like, I haven't looked, like I said, for whatever reason, things didn't ever kind of mash out between us. But the universe and the big guy upstairs has a way of protecting me from certain things because he knows my heart. I will jump into shit and fucking try to help people. MB, let's see. Tell her who Chris is using for his lawyer.
You
Who's his
remember,
lawyer?
you remember Thomas Clay, the one that defended the police?
I know that name.
That's who Chris's lawyer is, the one that defended the police.
Yeah, and that's why this whole Meade County
Hold
stuff is
on.
taking for so long.
Hold on 1 second. I want to look him up. Defending what police? On what? Which one?
Down in Louisville.
Thomas. I want to see which one he is.
Because even on one of my videos, I shake his hand and tell him thanks for defending what's right. And he said the police all over the state.
Thomas, what's his last name?
Clay.
Clay.
This is a shitty part of having a TBI because I can't remember.
Or is it CALY? However you spell Clay.
Thomas Clay.
I've tried to look him up, and I think he's in private practice because I can't find nothing on him besides news
I was going to see a
articles.
picture. Once I see him, I'll know.
He's an older fella, white-headed.
That's his lawyer?
Yes.
Yeah.
Okay.
And he's put out a bunch of videos saying he's a federal informant. And he even put on one of his videos.
He's saying that and again, this is all allegedly, just for the record, by the way.
It's on video.
But this is for educational purposes. So wait a minute, he's saying, hold on, what the fuck was I going to ask? Go ahead, what were you saying? It'll come back to me.
Yeah, because there was one video he said he works for the FBI and never claimed he was an informant.
That's what I was going to say. Thank you. I don't know who the Vegas chick is. I think it's a girl or a person. But thank you. Because yes. So it was the informant thing. So he's telling people he's an informant?
Yeah, the videos are on my YouTube that he's put out that are gone now. But I had the videos.
But isn't he an auditor?
Yeah, and he said that he let the DOJ tap his phone and the FBI tap his phone. The videos are right there. The proof's on my page.
Yeah, the problem is, okay, if I was an FBI informant, right?
What?
I'm not gonna go on YouTube and tell people I'm an FBI informant because you're a snitch and that's gonna get you SOS'd real quick.
Sorry, my bad, dog. I'm really not trying to make a laugh, but this is genuinely like, what the fuck?
He's working with the Indiana FBI and he's working with a woman FBI agent in Louisville.
Yeah, but Louisville ran him off.
Yeah, this is supposed to be one of them that's disgruntled and she's working with him. I mean, the videos are right there.
So we have a disgruntled FBI agent that's okay.
This is the kind of guy that is trying to get in with you all.
He ain't trying to get in shit over here. He's out of his goddamn mind.
I'm sorry.
I don't play like that's not how I do my shit. If I'm gonna take a motherfucker down, and trust me, listen, I have no look. If somebody's fucking with you and you got to do what you got to do to take somebody down, cool. But like, I don't do messy. This is messy. This is insane. It's crazy.
Hey,
sorry.
My brother's keep. Do you know who Jeremy DeWitt is?
I've heard of it.
The one that always wanted to impersonate Florida law enforcement and then he tried to do it in Chicago? Chris reminds me of him.
Yeah, I'm thinking of it.
I need to smoke a blunt. I'm sorry. I hope at 420 don't bother y'all, but I'm just smoking.
I feel you. I feel you there. I wish I had some.
Closer, baby, I'll make sure you do. But sorry, you're too far.
And, you know, he wants to holler about me supporting JJ. I don't support JJ because he's a jailer. I support JJ because he's a father like anybody else. Like I would support you or this other fella. If somebody threatened your family, I would support you. You know, we're supposed to support each other.
So, like this stuff with this JJ person, whoever he is. Did like they have like was it like just some beef they were going back and forth and it kind of just started with them and it kind of got out of hand, or like I don't, how
Okay.
did their shit?
He got arrested in Lee County, and then Chris put out some videos and was talking trash. And then he went to the jail. Inmate was having a visit, and because they was getting the air conditioner fixed, they had the door open so the person doing the visit could have some air on the outside. You know, the person coming in to visit. So the door was open. So JJ asked him not to record in there because that was private. Because there's a sign up on the door that says no recording. Well, Chris recorded, so JJ verbally trespassed him from the jail, and that's what started it with JJ.
That and when JJ started going up on Kaiser's panel.
So if you hang out with somebody he doesn't like, then he doesn't like you.
Oh yeah, I'd say you'll be the next one on the list.
Well, that's how I got involved because me and Sarge and Monster and all of us are cool. Always have been. I've been cool with them for years now. They've supported me for a long time. Great, I mean, amazing friends, like online. So that's we've all been on panel and shit like that. And but then him and Sarge got into it, and then I find out why they got into it because Sarge said, well, I didn't really know what was going on with the cases, so I just prayed for God's will to be over it. And he got mad about that. But like that's why I said, like, why contact me now? Why reach out to me and be like, you're hanging out with all these racists and da 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 da. Well, if I am, ain't nobody been racist around me, so I don't know what you're talking about.
You know, I've always kind of liked Finkel and Muxter because when all this was going on with Chris at the courthouse, they let me come up there. They let me tell my side of it, and they was very respectful. So I told Finkel, and I told him up the other night. I tried to get everyone used up for the other night to talk to you, but StreamYards was being a pain in the butt. But you know,
I was hot then too, so I'm glad we talked now.
I respect the hell out of them for letting me do that, and you know they're trying to let everybody have a platform there, and that's awesome.
Well, my thing is, and especially on this channel, on my Talk Yours channel, as long as this channel gets this is probably the common conversation we've had over here in a long time. This channel gets very crazy and it's insane at times. But that's kind of what it's for. It's a drama channel, whatever. But as long as somebody's respectful, you know what I mean? Like when shit like this is going on, I have no problem with people coming up and telling their side or whatever. You know what I mean? I don't want a bunch of bullshit ass, stuff. Your shit sounds pretty legit, to be honest with you. But other than that, I don't give a shit if people come up and tell their story because what'll happen is like now that I'm paying attention, I'm just paying attention to everything. You know what I mean? So. And again, if Chris hit the link right now, I'd kick everybody off the fucking panel. But he doesn't want to do that. He wanted it in his time and all this other shit. But then like I said, where he fucked up was where he threw that dude in my face. Like when he said that in my chat, that was it.
And I hope you don't mind,
especially in that moment. There was no way I was going to talk to him in that moment.
And I hope you don't mind when this is over with. I don't know if you privatize these channels, these videos, but I would love to have a copy of this video. That's fine.
I mean, sometimes I stick them in, if I do anything, I stick them in my members, but that's about it.
Okay. I don't think I'm one of your members. And I didn't even know this channel existed until you was on Finkel the other night.
Yeah, this one is just kind of, like I said, this is just because of, the work that I do and different shit like that. Sometimes, I'll be honest, I just need an outlet. Sometimes I want to talk shit and be crazy and trolls like to come up and talk crazy shit. So then, I can kind of just digest them on panel, which is kind of fun in some sense. But yeah, this channel literally now my hot mess one, like if conversations like this, that would happen usually over there. You know what I mean? Because usually my panels, people are jumping up and down, and it's pretty crazy over here. Over there is kind of where I have more serious conversations and no silly shit. So.
Well, I do appreciate you letting me talk. I really respect it.
Hey, look, yeah, 100%. I'm glad you did come up and talk. You know what I mean? Because obviously we've had a little bit of an encounter in real life. You know what I mean? But yeah, that like I said, when we came down there, my issue was strictly with Cosgrove. You know what I mean? And out of all of them, like, and like I said this the other day, like when he came in and tested, he's the only one that showed any kind of fucking remorse. The rest of them don't give a fuck. You know, he wasn't supposed to be there that night. There's a lot of shit that's coming out. Like there's a female cop that is testifying against some of the cops that did the warrants and shit like that because of all the cover up and just I don't know. There's a lot of shit going on with this fucking case that's turning out that's just wild. Again, thank God for transcripts because then finally people will be able to, if they want to see it, they'll be able to see the truth. But we just, I'm glad we got to talk because, like I said, it's my issue wasn't with people down in Carrollton. I can understand because of news and different things like that. Why people might think that we're coming down to wreck shit, but that wasn't what it was. It's
No,
just letting him know that we're watching you, dude. And anything, if you hurt a citizen down there, we're gonna be on your ass.
yeah, I can look back and say y'all was respectful on that aspect and everything, and you know, it's just it's ridiculous that an outsider that wasn't even there. Well, neither one of them was there. D wasn't there, nor was Chris,
No,
and both of them
nope.
stirred the pot.
Yeah. Well, that's like when because he was like, because he kept saying or something along the lines like I was taking it like he was saying I brought him to Carrollton, and I was like, dude, I don't even know who you like. I know I remember the couple of people that I had conversations with. There wasn't many people out there besides the you're all across the street. There was and there was a couple of people that lived there or whatever that came through. But other than that, you know what I mean. And then there was us that came down. But there wasn't a lot of people.
Exactly. It's ridiculous. I mean, this has been going on since 2023 that he's been on this little lie story that, you know, and I've got the screenshot of where Amy put it on Twitter that she had her investigator coming from Indiana, which was Chris.
Yeah, me and Amy don't really, like I said, after that day, we haven't, she's not my cup of tea. And I'm pretty sure I'm not her cup of tea. We just do things differently. So that's really all I can say to that.
Well, I appreciate you. I really do. I appreciate very much you let me come up and talk to you because I've been wanting to do this for a long time, but you're in Louisville, I'm in Carrolton, so I'm sure we ain't never gonna run into each other. So to catch you on YouTube,
You never know. You never know where I pop up, baby. I'm like, where's Waldo? They'd be like, where's Silverhead today? So, but no, I'm glad we talked to, and I think stuff like this is good. You know what I mean? Because, like I said, I thank you for listening to me. You know what I mean? Like I said, you guys were not and are not my issue or any of like that came down there with me's issue. And I wasn't aware of all this shit that happened afterwards. That's why I'm sitting here like, wait, what? Like besides me snatching Amy up, you know what I mean? Like I don't really remember anything else that happened, especially that specifically day and any day because I drove down a couple times. We sat on the sidewalk on some chairs one day. That was it. And that didn't go well because Amy didn't really like what I was saying. Because I don't tell people what they want to hear. I tell people what it is. You know what I mean?
Exactly.
That's just who I am. And I don't beat around the bush. I'm not your mom. I don't give a fuck about anybody's feelings. Like especially when I'm talking about serious shit, I'm straightforward. But yeah, things, Destiny, I give her salute. She's really gotten involved and doing some things, I salute her for that. But yeah, me and Amy, we just not.
Well, see, that's what's the funny part is he claimed, when that happened with me and that woman, one of Amy's friends from Carrolton, when she hit me with her car, that happened on the 13th of June. He's claiming, and there's a fire report. He's claiming that we burnt down Destiny's house. That never happened. There's a fire report to prove that it didn't happen. No, I think she froze up.
Sorry, I was looking at something.
fine.
Where is it at? Hold on. Where's it at, Memphis? Hold on one second. I'm not going anywhere. I gotta find it.
I'll be right back. I gotta do something for my granddaughter.
Oh, okay. KS, sweetie, KS jumped out. I was gonna say I gotta time you out for 2 minutes. My bad, 420. I'm so sorry, sweetie. I did not see that. My bad. KS, you're timed out for 2 minutes. Sorry, chat. Sorry. Love you guys. Shout out to 420. Over here, you could time people out for $1 a minute. My bad. I was caught up in the conversation. Damn it. Oh, here we go. Back over here. All right. Well, KS, I'm gonna drop the link, but I'm also you have to wait for 2 minutes, so somebody timed you out for 2 minutes. So at 54, you can come back. But I'll drop the link until then for them.
And I'm sorry.
All right, I'll let you back. I'll let you back up in 2 minutes, KS. As far as the stuff with that, because he had said that or whatever. I had never heard that. I knew that her house, that happened, but I'd never heard like somebody set it on fire. So that was the first I heard of that. That's
see, I couldn't even walk. I've got the doctor's note where they told me to stay on, to prop my legs up and stuff. I couldn't even walk. Like I said, that was 2 days later. That happened on the 15th. When that happened with the flag was on the 13th. I couldn't even walk.
Yeah.
And this is like I said, this is the kind of lies. I can only imagine what kind of lies he's going to tell on you now. Because
I'm not worried about him.
Oh, I know. But I'm just saying.
At all.
This is.
I've had more shit talked about than the shit I've had made up on me. I don't give 2 fucks about. I've already dealt with somebody like him, so he's not gonna move anything I got going on over here. I can promise you that.
And with me coming up here talking to you and us getting along like we are, that's going to be an issue with him too.
He can talk all he wants. I don't pay attention to anything he's got to say. So I don't even know if he's went live or I don't even know his new channel, nor do I give a fuck to know his new channel. So I'll be honest with you. So, I mean, this was his opportunity to come and hit this link, and he did not. So that's his choice.
No, he's probably over in Hill Pirates running his mouth.
Yeah, I don't know, but I'm sure he's watching. There's no doubt about that.
But like I said, I do appreciate you.
Because he knew this panel. He knew this panel was going to happen because somebody I know reached out to him because I asked him to. So he knew this was going to happen, and he sent word back, no thanks, he ain't coming.
Yeah, I'm not surprised.
I'm not either. I didn't do this expecting he was going to come up because narcissistic little pussies don't come up because they want to be in control.
Well, I seen on Killer's channel when he was live that you was going to go live, so I was like, I want to go up here and I want to set the record straight because I didn't want you to think we hate each other because we don't. We don't hate nobody.
Yeah, I mean, I knew, like I said, anytime we do certain things, I always know that there's going to be people that don't, may not agree with whatever, right? And they may have in their minds whatever they think, and that's fine with me. Even counter protesters don't bother me, because this is what I do, and I've done it for a very long time. I believe that everybody has the right to, express themselves as long as they're respectful, because I believe in, our rights. So, but I didn't know a lot of like all this other shit that's going on with him and sounds like Amy. I didn't really know about any of that. So, when he dropped in my inbox and was like, "You're and he kept screaming these racists, and I'm like, who the fuck is I'm talking to that's a racist? First of all, Fecal and them's not a racist. You know what I mean? So, I'm like, what are you talking about? And for me, I mean, again, I guess I would just say that I would like anybody to show me a screen recording of you saying the N word, and I would like anybody to show me a screen recording of him says the N word, and I guess we'll judge then who's a racist.
Yeah, I can do that. I can show you a screen record of him doing that.
That, you know what I mean? So it's, I guess I'm a receipt person. You want me to believe somebody's a racist? You're gonna have to tell me more than just their mouth that you think they're a racist.
Oh yeah.
If they're a racist, it'll be easy to prove they're a racist.
Yep.
Because the racists don't change their colors for nobody.
No.
You know what I mean? Like, so, I mean, we live in Kentucky. We know there's some racists here.
I grew up in Georgia and came back to Kentucky.
Exactly.
So I understand. I mean, I grew up in the 80s, so, there's a lot of stuff going on in the 80s that ain't going on now.
Right. Well, I guess thank you for coming up. Oh, KS, you come back up, babe.
I'll get out of here and leave y'all alone. I just wanted to
All
set
right.
that straight.
Well, it was good talking to you. I'm sure we'll speak again.
Oh yeah. And if, like I said, I'll send you that. You said your email's on there, right?
Yep. It's on my hot mess page. Hold on.
Okay.
But I'll put it right here real quick so you have it. There you go.
All right, I'll get that and I'll email it to you.
All right, sounds good.
Well, y'all have a great night, and I appreciate you.
All right, sweetie. Thanks for coming up.
All right, y'all take care.
All right, bye-bye.
Bye.
Holler! All right, J1. All right, so I will say this. I'm going to go ahead and open the panel up. Just so you all know, for that are not used to being around here, the panel might get a little crazy. So, welcome. But if, for whatever reason, Chris decides to hit my link, I'm going to clear the panel so he can come up. So I'm going to keep on saying that.